Okay, guys, today I'm going to be trying out some new technology, sodium ion batteries. I believe that solar battery technology has evolved to the point to where I'm not pissing money away by investing in it. These sodium ion batteries are a real game changer. They're eco-friendly, unlike lithium. And lithium's not going anywhere, but lithium's expensive, it's hazardous, and getting resources for lithium, we got to go to our geopolitical enemies. Sodium, you can get anywhere. So this is a battery that came out of my 2025 YXZ 1000R side-by-side. It's a sealed AGM battery, and this is pretty typical in the side-by-side industry. You can see how large it is. This is the Acoucou sodium ion battery, and it's so much smaller and lighter. And there's cells in here, kind of like lithium ion cells, but this package is actually larger than the cells they contain. If I were to open this casing, which others have already done, the batteries in here are much smaller than this actual size. So if you cater to mud crickets, you probably don't want to go with the sodium ion battery. You want to go with lithium iron phosphate, or stick with your sealed lead acid battery, because this doesn't have a lot of capacity compared to this. But if you're not entertaining mud crickets, who cares? My YXZ has a 1,000-watt charging system. A lot of modern UTVs have 600-watt or more charging systems. So the only thing I really care about this is if it can crank my starter 3 or 4 times and then charge quickly. And that's another nice thing about sodium ion is, this has a little bit more cold cranking capacity, but once you get below freezing, and especially into the teens, this loses capacity. Whereas at minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit, this will lose half its capacity. This retains 80% of its capacity. So let me just break down some of the numbers for you. So I bought this off of Amazon for 31 bucks. Right now the going price is like 35. This you can no longer buy anymore. The replacements are between $100 to $150. I could easily buy 2 or 3 of these, and 2 of these would probably fit in this space. 3 would be a deal. If I were to butcher this and remove the casing and consolidate the cells, I can get probably 3 of these to fit in the area of 1 of these. So this is much cheaper. I mean, this is 30 bucks. This will work in your ATV side by side. There are guys that have they have started their small engine Pontiac Vibe, Toyota 4-cylinder, other small cars with this battery. Okay. This only weighs 2.75 pounds. This weighs nearly 19 pounds. It's heavy. Just the weight savings alone, this is a plus. This is 4.25 amp hour capacity. This is 26 amp hours. But once again, as you get into the freezing temps, this loses capacity. This is 340 cold cranking amps. This is 250. Once again, at extreme cold temperatures, this only goes down to 200, whereas this can lose half its capacity. So at freezing temps, this would only be 170. Okay. The life cycle of this is about 300 cycles. This is 3,000. So it's 10 times more lifespan over the use of your vehicle. Charge time, 80%. I could charge this to 80% in 15 minutes. It takes a day to charge this up. Now, you could put it on a high amperage charge, but let's take cold into consideration. If you try and charge this in cold temps, you can brick it. You can charge this at extremely cold temperatures. So, my YXZ's 1,000-watt charging system should bring this back to full capacity in just a short run. Whereas, I might have to run this for a while, idling, to get this back to recovery. Okay. The other nice thing is, and this isn't just unique with this, I don't like the exposed terminal height. I like the flush terminal, and a lot of your replacement batteries will have this. So my stock battery, it's got 12.77 volts. My Acoucou fully charged is 15.6. And I was able to charge it up using my cheap solar panel here. It's a 25 watt, but you don't need to do that. Your charging system should be able to charge this to 80% capacity without any modifications. And actually, charging it to that percentage and not charging it full will make it last longer. Now, if you throw this on a modern automotive charging system, it's going to go haywire and throw error codes because of the smart technology. This has a built-in BMS, so it's supposed to prevent overcharging, over discharging, and balance the cells. The one thing I don't like is they say it has BMS, but don't charge it more than 15 volts. It has BMS, why do you have to worry about how much voltage you're charging it? BMS should be able to accommodate and restrict that. The only other thing is just come with these stock bolts that are square, but they turn inside the nut. So when I purchased this, I also bought some square battery nuts that don't turn and come with longer bolts. Okay. The only other thing is these are my stock bolts. Came with this. So my terminals are going to be a little large for this, but I'll make it work. It's just a tip. Get some packing foam, cut it up, leave it long enough so you can pull it out. And you can take your nut, stick it in there, and it'll hold it in place while you install your bolt. And then it just crushes as you do that, versus having to fumble with a wrench or whatever. And then you just pull it out. So to make this fit, I just cut some insulation foam board, 7.5 by 5 inches, 2 pieces. And that gets me my height perfectly. And then I'll cut some more pieces just to center it. But that foam board piece will insulate from the cold as well. So killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Additional 1-inch thick pieces of foam board, and it's nice and cozy. Got everything installed. Resting voltage is 15.17 volts. Let's turn it on. Showing 14 volts. Let's crank her. Just shut her off. She's still showing 14.5 volts. What I'll do is I'll drive it over the week, and this voltage should drop a little bit as it won't reach full charge because the charging system doesn't go as high as 15 volts. Let's start her up again. I gotta say, guys, this thing it seems to start up quicker with the 250 cold cranking amp sodium ion than it did with the stock battery. But maybe it's just maybe me.